Double Talk 73 here, your fishing friend. Well, we're fixing to jump into this Pike, Winter Pike tournament. The qualifier at Mudwater River, and see what I can do. So let's go. All we can do is all we can do.
Hey, sir.
Howdy, howdy. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do. Join. Your equipment does not conform to the rules of the competition. Uh-huh. What have I got that I ain't supposed to have? Interesting. That's not it. Oh, I see. I gotta have a net. Thank you. I was gonna say, I got rid of everything. We're gonna have to leave again. Okay. Well, it said you don't have to keep the fish. So they didn't say it right either, did they? So you do have to keep the fish. If you don't have to keep the fish to keep the points, I guess you have to keep the fish to keep the score, though, don't you? Let's see if that does it. Ah, that did it. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Well, Stepatronic in this version right now sits in #1. Pretty cool, huh? And cool. And Patzer is, I don't know, 6th or 7th or something like that on the other one. So he's doing real good. That wasn't quite as far as I wanted to go. Oh, I know I got to do. Okay. Got the wrong rod now that I done looked at him. Hey, buddy. Hey, where is it? Where is it? Don't tell me I didn't bring it. Please don't tell me. You didn't bring it, dummy. Holy smokes. I did it again. I did it again. There it is. There it is. There we go. Howdy, Hammer. How's work going? Slow, I hope. Very slow, I hope. Maybe I'll get lucky and it won't take 4 hours to catch the first fish. Like it did earlier. That was funny. Oop. Oops. Or is that a little smallmouth? Hey. Well, that's good. That's good. Whoops. There's my old man cast. I'm allowed 20 a day, right? If I remember right, on the Steam version, that was the weight of the first fish I caught there too, was 0.6. Ah. And I caught the 1.7s over here on the right hand side of this log or stump or whatever you want to call it. So we'll see what happens. I know I caught more bass than I caught pickerel. Maybe we can turn that around. Doo-doo-doo. But welcome, y'all. Oh, T, I've been bumped down to 35th now on the Steam version. I'm still proud of that. Maybe I'll wind up in the top 200, which that's my goal going in. And in this version, my goal is in the top 100. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Shoot, I'm good. I don't need luck. Well, like I say, lure and hooked in the water, that's where the fish is. So maybe they'll come together. You never know. I know it's slow. Now in the afternoon, after the 1 o'clock, I think it's 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock peak, it's speeded up quite a bit. And I just beat this spot to death. I tried the marks that you and Step sent me. I didn't get nothing. I wouldn't hold my mouth right, I guess. I tried stop and go.
When I finished today, I was 30. Now I'm 61. You need 10 solid trophies to be close.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd rather have 10 solid chains. My chain, all my best chains were all 1.7. My biggest 1.74 something. But when I finished, I was 23rd. Now I'm 35th. Oops. So maybe I'll get lucky and hold on to somewhere in the top 200. Like I say, that's when I started in these tournaments where there's 600 people in it. That's my goal, the top third. The top third of this one would be 80 something, 90 something, roughly 100. Not bad. I won't even show you what I did in the Quanchican, Louisiana. Well, the one that I had that I just fished a while, I wound up 365th. Or was it 465th? Just jump in there and get mean with me. That's the way to do it. All right.
I'll play later tonight when internet gets better. @_plays said, we have a storm here in the UK. Talk are down.
Oh, wow. That's not cool. I hope you be safe. Stay safe. Hey, Canadian Nate. Thank you for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. Everybody here knows that my widgets don't work, so please forgive me, but I do appreciate And you can come in there and be a smart aleck with me just any time you want. It's well and good. My wife says that's all I am is a smart aleck anyhow. I was talking to a while ago. The commercial on TV where the guy does a cannonball in the pool with looks like his wife and his daughter. I said, when I was growing up, people in there swimming, and I grew up fairly close to lakes. And I said, when you're in the water and you go in there and you start splashing on people, they get all bent out of shape and upset. And I said, why'd they get upset? They're in the water. She said, they was getting upset because you being a smart aleck. I said, no, they's getting upset because I'm splashing water on them. You just a smart aleck. I said, okay, whatever. My honey's always right, even when she's wrong. That's why we've been married 47 years. When she's right, she's right. When she's wrong, she's right. So, and I learned the first couple of years we were married that what's hers is hers and what's mine is hers. That was a valuable lesson too. Come on. Come on. Where are you, fish? Now we try that.
Canadian_Nate said, love the stream. And the women are always right, that's no question.
Well, you're more than welcome, and thank you for the kind words. Whoa. That's all the further that'll cast? What in the world is going on here? Let's get it over here on this. It's already there.
2_4_6 said, I make the major decisions and she makes the minor decisions. In our 10 years there's been no major decisions, LOL.
I agree. I understand that.
Mr. Mako said, if you were lucky you might have gotten that one in the water.
I didn't understand that. This is essentially the same weight, rod and reel, line and everything, but it wasn't going anywhere, was it? Had a little bit of a glitch. But I'm glad you like the stream, Canadian Nate. I enjoy it. I told my wife, so I'm going to go down, and we just got out of our church service online, and I said, and then Jeopardy. And I said, well, I'm going to go down and fish in that tournament again. She said, again? Weren't you down there all day? I said, yeah. Well, why do you want to do it again? I said, because I enjoy it. I said, why do you play on your phone all day long? Well, I didn't today. I did some yard work for about an hour and a half in the backyard. I said, well, what did you do? She said, well, I cut some vines off the fence, and I cut some hedges. Here we go. Oops. Cut some hedges that were growing over, so they wouldn't rub me on my head when I walked down by the fence. I said, well, that's pretty good, dear. That is really it. That is seriously it, isn't it? We'll take another 0.6. Keep us rolling. They'll give us something to call later on if we get lucky, or fortunate, or not a bass. Not a bass. Didn't you hear me? Guess you didn't hear me, did you? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make a... I want to tell you something. I had an 84 Mercedes 240 DL, diesel. A little piece of junk, what it was. little 4-cylinder straight shift. Well, it didn't have a side mirror on the passenger side, so I took it down to Mercedes dealership. I like mirrors on both sides of my vehicle, where I can see people coming up beside me. Is that the same size? Oh, it's bigger. And I like mirrors on both sides of my vehicle, so I took it down there. You know what it costs just to put a side mirror? Because they take the place of the vent window in the door. $600. Now this is back in, let's see, probably about 1970 something. That could have been right. Maybe it was. About 30 years ago. About 1990. I'm sorry. Late 80s, early 90s. $600. Okay. All right, it did that. And a few months later, the air conditioner blower motor went out on it. Now, Mercedes have fantastic heaters. I mean, they will run you out. No doubt about it. But their air conditioning is terrible because they don't get too hot in Germany. So they didn't figure put too much effort into their. Take it, come on, take it. Thank you. They didn't put too much effort in their into their air conditioning. So anyhow, the blower motor went out, so I wasn't going to have any heat. So I go down there. How much the blower motor? The blower motor was 190 something. Let's say $200. Okay, what's the labor to put it in? $1,750. $1,750. The way the blower motor is situated in that vehicle, they had to pull the whole dash out in order to put the blower motor in. Well, I did that. I only paid $2,000 for the car. Bought it from a guy that needed money. And I said, well, what do you want for that? And he said, I want $2,000. I said, okay. And this Mercedes, we got some rough railroad tracks over here on the road called Jersey Pike. And I'm talking about 4 sets of tracks that if you go in a regular vehicle, they will jar your eye teeth. I mean, they are rough as a cob. It's like driving down the railroad tracks on the tires. But anyhow, I could run across those railroad tracks in that Mercedes running 50 miles an hour and never slow down. And it was, that was it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable ride. And this, do y'all know what Excelsior is? It's kind of like straw, man-made straw. It's called Excelsior. Made out of paper or something. But anyhow, that's what the stuffing was in the seats. They weren't too comfortable. Kind of stiff. But buddy, what a ride. What a ride. My wife got into real estate as a sales lady. And that's the one reason I bought the car. But anyhow, don't do that. Take it. So she went to take some clients to look at a house. The driveway was like this, down to the garage. She drove it down there and couldn't back it up. It just wasn't going to happen. And she was worried about, let's get a little bigger. She was worried about that if she tried wrong, that she'd wind up rolling down through the garage door. She should call me. And so I drove over. I just backed it up the driveway. Well, that was the end of that. She didn't want that car no more. So there was a preacher that lived next door to us, and he liked it. I put a for sale sign on it. He come over that afternoon and said, what do you want for it? And I said, I got about $4,000 in it. I'll take $2,800. He said, I'll take it. As far as I know, he drove it till the wheels run off of it. At least I got my money back out of it. But that was the end of our straight shift vehicles. She didn't want any more. Well, I'm up to 121. 121. It's better 122nd, isn't it? Not much, but just enough. Oh Lord, have mercy, have mercy. I'll catch me a bass up here, and that'll change it around where I can go back the other way. Maybe catch me a pikey. A pikey. That's a smallmouth, or a largemouth, or a small largemouth. That's funny. That's funny. It wasn't neither. I believe I can truthfully say that's the first drum I've ever caught on a lure. Because I always fish for them with peas. Peas or shrimp, I think is what they are up in St. Croix for you Canadians. St. Croix for everybody else. Well, I'm way ahead of my morning on the steam version, because I caught one at 0.6, and then it was, a good 4 hours later before I caught another fish, another pike. A trophy. Well, this is interesting. Okay, I've had enough of that. That's fish. I did release that, didn't I? I messed up earlier. It was a good thing I caught bigger fish, but I kept a bass and didn't realize I did. And then I caught a... In the whole game, 218 pound arapaima. I think that's what it is. Of course, I showed people down there where they were, and they catch 220s and 222s, but I catch 218. That's the best I could do. Then after that, I think it's 154 pounds tarpon, something like that. I'll look here in just a minute. See, my streams are, you ought to know by now that for me, this is just fun. If I do good, I do good. If I don't, I still did good, because for me, the fun is in participating. Let's see here. Oh, here. Oh, this is the wrong version. Let me go to Steam. Yeah, 215. I told you. Oh, and 173 pound red tail. 215 pound. And then it's the gilded. And then my tarpon, 152 pound. Well, I'm a real fisherman, aren't I? 154, 218. When I start telling people the size of stuff, my wife always, seriously, she always tells them, don't y'all forget he's a fisherman. Yes, dear. So here we are, 9 o'clock, and I got 3 fish. That's okay.
Canadian_Nate said, now what's your best catch in real life?
69 pound mahi-mahi, which is a dolphin, the fish dolphin. And we ate it. I caught 2 of them. We were in Jamaica, and I caught 2 of them. I caught a 69 pounder and a 60 64 or 65, I forget which. But the smaller fish had better coloration, and that's the one I had mounted and sent back to the United States. But the worst part about that is I had some international kids living with us. One was from Serbia. His name was Nemanja Todoric. And Nemanja was 6'11". And I had that fish mounted against the left side of my bathroom wall. And you go in the door here or in the door from this way. And he went in there one day, and there's a garbage can down below. And he bent down to put something up or pick something off the floor. And the fish's tail is extremely pointed and sharp. He poked himself just above his eye, and it bled. I mean, it bled bad. So I took that fish and threw it in the garbage. It was not worth keeping for somebody to get hurt. I wasn't going to have that happen. But when they were going to move in with us, at that time I had a Serbian, one from the Bahamas, Creighton Moxie, and Johnny from Brazil. That's who was living with me at one time. They were all playing basketball over where my son was at a Christian academy. But before they came, I knew I had to have more sleeping areas. So down in this area where my cave is now, my basement, I built 2 bedrooms. And a buddy of mine and I came over, and he, my son, and me built a bathroom in down here. And the shower we put in, I put the shower nozzle, it's one of those bendable ones, all the way up the ceiling. And Nemanja also built him a bed. I built a bed out of 2x4s and plywood, and then got an extra long single mattress. I don't know what it's called anyhow. It's not a queen size. It's not a standard. It's the next one down. Anyhow, and it was 108 inches long, I believe, if I remember right. But anyhow, when he came to live, he was so thrilled for 2 reasons. First of all, he said, I've never in my life remember taking a shower that I didn't have to stoop over and bend over to have the shower spray on my head. He said, I love your shower. And I've never slept in a bed to where most of my legs didn't hang over the end. And in this bed, I can stretch out and just my feet hang over the end, and it's very, very comfortable. And I thought, little things. Now, I made the bed that way on purpose, but the shower I did. So I'm 6'2", and I don't like to bend over either. So most showers are put up are about 6 feet, and you still have to bend over. And I didn't want to do that, so I put it where I could stand up tall, and he could stand there too, and it just made him so happy. And for him, making him happy made me happy. Sad story, but I won't go through it. Is that a bass? Come on. Ah. And Creighton's mama, she was a lady that controlled. Yeah. Well, that's what. Do you ever watch Tarutsim's streams? He lives up in that area too. He's Canadian. Come on. Get it. Don't just hit at it. But anyhow, she was in control of everything that was imported into the Bahamas. She was probably almost as powerful as a prime minister. But what was funny was when they came for Christmas to visit with Creighton. Excuse me. And we had an extra car, a Volkswagen Jetta, and we let them drive it, and that thrilled them to death because that's the car they had down in the Bahamas. So they were familiar with it. And they drove down to Atlanta. Oh no, not a raid. Oh no, not a raid. Thank you, Vinny.
Hammer 2_4_6. Said. T came in heavy. The Marksman Gaming Channel. Said. Raid.
Yep, thank you. Thank you. See, I got nothing tells me, T. Thank you.
Gonna do some sturgeon farming.
Oh.
People don't wanna watch that LOL.
Oh no. You are correct. They don't really want to watch that, do they? I don't know why. Fishing's fishing, ain't it? What did I do? I changed, didn't I? Ooh, Lordy. Don't know what I did there either. Had a hiccup, I guess. But thank y'all for the new follows.
But you doing your qualifier is much more entertaining.
I don't know about that. You got to catch fish to be entertaining, don't you?
Black Plague 65. Said. Hello DBGL.
Hey, VP. I saw your qualifier. Way to go, buddy. Congratulations. I believe you're going to hang in there. I believe you're going to make the semis. You did real good.
Bouncer D. Said. Bounce 1 hot. _Black Plague 65. Said. Tough.
You're welcome. See, BP is one of those people that he does a lot of practice. You know, y'all heard me if you've been here in many of my streams. The people that do all the practice and put in all the hours of learning cycles and spawn times and so on and so forth, they deserve what they get. Got nothing against it. Nothing whatsoever. They earn it. They're like Smith Varney. They earn it. So more power to you. See, I'm just going to have fun. Oh, come on. That's a bass. It is one but didn't take it. Come back and get it. Come on. Yes, I do. I'm on just about every morning, Nate. Usually from 10 to 12. Now, Friday, I'll be on from 1 to 3 Eastern Time, and we're having a giveaway. I got a Tropic Hunter Pack to give away. And
Black Plague 65 said, LOLDB a good guy, thanks for good words.
Well, you're more than welcome. But Nate, the giveaway is for a Tropic Hunter Pack. And like I said, I stream from on this Friday. I've got to go to a dentist early in the morning, so come on. It ain't gonna get it, is it? It's a bass anyhow. Come on. I'll catch a bass. Come on. I'll just keep on teasing you. Come on. Anyhow, about 2 o'clock, I'll give the word, the secret word, to get in it. And all you do, of course, is just type in exclamation point in the word. Then about 2:30, I'll let Nightbot do the drawing. We'll roll it, and anybody can enter.
It's a secret.
Secret word, yeah, but it's always different. I did one around Christmas time, and I asked somebody, I said, "Can you guess the secret word?" And they said, "Is it Santa?" I said, "How did you know? How did you know?" Did I keep that bass? No, I didn't. Okay. Then how did you know? You're kind of predictable. So I tried being a little less predictable. But anyhow, you're welcome to come in, Nate.
Sounds good if I'm up that early for sure he'll hop in, but if not he'll see ya Friday.
That early? 1 o'clock in the afternoon? You must work Thursday. Oh! Forgive me, I cussed. I said that 4-letter word, W-O-R-K. I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
How dare you swear at us?
I apologize. I'm flabbergasted. Just totally flabbergasted. But anyhow, you're more than welcome. Now it's for Steam, not for Xbox or Windows 10. It's for PC on Steam. We had a confusion about that more than once, so I'm trying to be more explanative about what it's for. But thanks again for the raid, T. I appreciate it. And thanks very, very much for the follow.
My pleasure.
Well, that's a two-way street. Although very rarely am I streaming. Of course, I may be Friday when you're streaming, because you usually start around 3 o'clock and stream forever. He's one of them 8-9 hour streamers.
I don't even want to watch myself sturgeon farm LOL.
I'd send you a present, but you wouldn't accept it. And mess up your endeavor. So I won't do it. That's what I said. I said I'd send it, but you'd turn it down. That might be one. That might be. There we go. That's better. That's better than 0.6, isn't it?
I'd give it away, LOL.
on your stream.
How was I not following? Even Twitch LUL. B.I.G. legit. Said. Evening TV.
Hey, Big. What do you mean you weren't following? How'd you do on your qualifier, Big? I know you help everybody, and the people you help qualified, so I hope you did.
Twitch unfollowed Big legit LOL.
Uh-oh. Oh, could that be a 1-7? Could it be a 1-7? Be still my beating heart. No, it's a bass. The bass. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Twitch said I wasn't following. Weird. I made it in Q1. 6th place, I think.
Well, it says there you're following. Interesting. Interesting.
_Black Lake 65. Said. Congrats.
Yeah, yeah.
Said. His words in his stream were right. Need one more to beat Terran LOL. B.I.G. legit. Said. Ty BP. Jep 01010101144. Said.
Yeah.
Said. And then he got it. B.I.G. legit. Said. Titan. B.I.G. legit. Said. Had 7 units in total.
Wow.
Was a good run.
That's awesome. The only time I ever do anything like that is a long time ago in Florida when they had that double pump night peak, and I figured out a way how to get around the spawn rate. And then that was before I was a tester, and somebody turned me in and they changed it, so I couldn't do it anymore.
Said. We were both 7 uni 3 trophies, so we tied. Smiley face.
There you go.
B.I.G. legit. Said. LUL gotta love being reported.
Yeah. I mean, all I was doing was fishing, but I knew when. I didn't do anything crooked with the spawn rate or anything. I just knew when they were going to spawn, and I would advance time and catch a couple of unis. And anyhow, the best I ever did is I did 12. I got 12 in one night. And largemouth. I got a video on it. And you can watch the video and you can see I wasn't doing anything crooked or wasn't breaking the game. It's just that this worked out just right.
Said. Did you bring your Dendro TV out?
No, I did not.
Said. I would have reported you to LUL.
But I know that I made enough reports to Diana, and Big Daddy started watching me every once in a while and found out that I'm Bob the Bug Finder. If there's a bug in the game, it'll find me or I'll find it. And that's why they invited me to join their testers. And I thought that was, for me, that's an honor. Old man, joining all you young guys, yeah, that thrilled me.
B.I.G. legit. Said. Don't know if that's good luck or bad luck.
I understand that. But there was one that another break in the game that Big Daddy and them, I'm sure they just fixed. But a real good buddy of mine had found it. Well, nope, I'll keep it. It's not 10 yet. And I didn't want to report it. He had fun with it, and he wasn't telling everybody. He told me about it, but he wasn't telling everybody about it. So I just let him have fun. Shame on me, I guess. But down in Bolivia, when they were fishing underneath the islands and walking out and grabbing fish and bringing them back and putting them in their net, I never did understand that. I never did figure out how to do it or how to land on the island over across from, that's a little bigger, over across from the big island, the point.
B.I.G. legit. Said. Nah. As long as they don't use it in comps, I say let them have fun.
Yeah, I agree. But the way that one of the guys was driving his boat underneath the big island while we were fishing. I mean, we'd be there fishing and we see his head, just his head above the dirt going across there. Looked like a head running across the sand. But he was in his boat underneath the island. There's no way he could use that in comps because he couldn't fish from that location. But down in Makamaku, y'all talked about some guys that were walking through the jungle and get from one side of the game to the other, just bam, like that. And that wasn't too cool.
Said. Got a 3/0 casting spoon.
No. A lot of stuff that I should have brought, I didn't. I didn't bring my X series casting spoon. I didn't bring my. There's a lot of stuff. If you ever watch any of my streams, you'll get it, BP. I get so interested, so excited about what I'm going to do and the fun I'm going to have, and I don't do what I ought to do. Of course, now, again, no excuse, but my short-term memory is about like this. This is that learn a little bit and pass it on. Well, I've got to learn it and pass it on because I'll forget it after 5 minutes. Too many surgeries. I don't know if you heard me say before, but an anesthesiologist told me once that for every 15 minutes that you're under anesthesia, it takes 3 months for your short-term memory to get back to normal. And I was under surgery for my quadruple bypass between 8.5 and 9 hours. Let's say 9 hours. So that's 36 times 3 months. So there's about 12 years. And with other surgery I've had, I've said that I figure I'll be back to normal about the time I get to 150. I wish these little bass were Pike. Pike, Pike, Pike. But that's okay. I don't have dementia. I don't have Alzheimer's. I wake up in the morning and I can see the ceiling. Well, actually, it's the floor of the kitchen, but I can still see it. So I thank the Lord for that. And I have all 10 fingers and toes. Whoa!
Paul Drucker said, I tried everything earlier. Only thing that worked for me was the jerk bait.
Interesting.
And only one of them counted.
Well, this little spoon I'm putting on here, when the sun came out, well, not came out, it got brighter. I thought, well, fish like bright stuff, so I just happened to have this one in my steam backpack.
You're too ornery to go anytime soon, LUL.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ornery, they say, what is it? They said in, Shakespeare said the good die young, and the bad their evil is interred with their bones. Well, I'm not going to die young. There we go. There we go. Only need 9 more of those, don't I?
Nice fish.
Yeah. See there? I get thrilled and happy over one fish. But it's twice as big as the other I already caught.
And one.
That's one. One every 2 hours, almost 3 hours. That ain't gonna work too good. Look at him. Those fish are behind me. I'm landing those fish from off the dirt. You see that? Next time when I go over that way, I'll stop cranking. But anyhow, I had this lure in my backpack in the steam, and I thought, well, I'll just give this dude a try because I know fish like bright, shiny things sometimes when it's not too clear in real life. So I just threw it out there, and caught 2 1.7s, a 1.71 and 1.74. I said, well, and I just kept on, and I kept on catching and culling, and 23rd place is where I was when I left. I knew it wasn't going to last. But that made me happy. Like I say, my goal is to finish in this, there we go, in this tournament, this qualifier, if I finish in the top 100, this is in the windows, then I'm happy. And in the other one, the steam, if I finish in the top 200, I'm happy. That's my goal. I don't set goals here. I set goals that are not easily attainable, but attainable. And I keep mentioning Germany, that tournament that was in Germany when I wound up 465th or something like that out of 500 and something people that finished. That was it. I couldn't catch a cold.
Let yourself be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All I needed when I left at 23rd, I needed point 0.05 or 0.05, less than 0.1 pounds to be a number 20. I thought, well, that's, for me, that's an accomplishment. And I practiced in that Smalley tournament with Stepatronic, and we figured out some spots in Cali, and got lucky enough to qualify in it, but didn't do any good in the semi. That was that messed up one that they had 30 instead of 20 in the first qualifier, and then 20 in the next two, so they had 70. And I think I wound up in 45th or something like that in that semi. There again, couldn't catch a cold, but that's all right. Hey, I qualified. That for me was, woohoo! That was awesome. On a steam version, big, I've been in, I think, 95 tournaments or competitions that I finished, and came in third in one of them. It was musky topping. That's it. So you can tell I am a competition maniac. Not a brainiac, a maniac. Do-do-do. It's like I was watching T's stream when he was fishing, and he was catching those unis and writing down times. I knew what he was doing. He fishing smart. There we go. Fishing smart. See, I don't want to fish smart. I just want to fish. It's like when my son was 5 and 6 years old. He was still really interested in fishing. We live up here by a lake, and I tell him, I said, you want to go fishing? You want to go catching? And he said, well, I want to go fishing. That means he wanted to drive the boat. So we just go from spot to spot to spot. Sometimes we had some lures that we'd already pulled the hooks off of, and we just throw lures out there with no hooks on. We didn't want to catch no fish. But if he said he wanted to go catching, and we break out the GPS, and we go hit our honey holes and catch fish. And we give them away to neighbors. We didn't ever, I wouldn't eat anything come out of Chickamauga Lake. We're too close to the nuclear power plant. Well, I got 10.50. Now, time out. You can't cuss in this stream. Remember that, Big. You cannot cuss. W-O-R-K is a 4-letter word. We use labor. House labor. I'm sorry. You didn't know those rules. I'll forgive you. I think that was Jambo's choice, the labor. Said, are you in labor? He said, I've got, was it no Milwaukee? That's who it was. He said, I've got to go labor in the morning. I got to go in labor. You're pregnant? No, I got to go to the job and labor. Oh, okay. How far am I out of anything? I'm in 96th place. Hey, out of 247. If we keep catching fish, we'll move on up. Moving on up, another bass. Yep. Bass like this lure too. They like shiny. But after the peak, they'll get a little bit bigger. That's when I caught all those 1.7s on the steam. And I tried the places that you said, Big, that you told T and Steps. You told him where to cast and where to stand. He sent me where to stand, and Stepatronic sent me the marks, and I couldn't catch nothing. I used the lures that y'all suggested using on the markers, and I couldn't catch nothing.
MR Mako said, ADBL, what is better for blue crab at the farming spot, large cut bait or large minnows?
I used two. I used 2 and 2.
Just bad lucky buddy.
No problem. No problem. Anybody tries to help is greatly appreciated. I use 2 and 2, Marka. Mr. M. I use 2 large minnows and 2 large cut. 2 large minnows to the left and 2 large cut to the right. 35 feet out on the left and 55 feet on the right. It's what I do. It's what I do. Now this is a person asking me that I went down there to fish with him the other day. And we set up there in the farming spot. And this, tell me how to do this, caught a 124-pound marlin, uni marlin. The biggest thing I caught was a, I don't know, 80-something pound black or something like that. So he wants me to tell him how to catch the fish down there. He's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Keep up the good work. You got 28 or 29 more days of it. Just enjoy it. And hopefully you can level on up to where you, when you get done there, you can go out to California and we'll teach you how to catch sturgeon out there, and you'll level right on up where you can go right back to blue crab if you want to. Okay. There you go. If you just level up once every 2 days, you're in great shape. See, that puts you up well above. Of course, it's kind of hard to. If you do one every 3 days. Yeah, that's what I say. If he just levels up once every 3 days, 3 real days, which the higher he goes, the harder it is. But if he levels up once every 3 days, he can stay there if he wants to. He won't have to come to California. He won't have to have our fun, T. I like farming sturgeon. I like catching lots of fish. You can do it. Thank you, buddy. Good night, Big. You take care. You take care, Big. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the chat. There we go. 0.8. 0.8's bigger than 0.5, isn't it? 0.521. Yeah. We're not making leaps and bounds, but hey, I've already caught 10. And it's only 3.5 hours. I'm telling you, it was 4 hours before I caught the second one after I caught that 0.6. Yes, they're called rank. You earn rank then. And for each rank, well, each level you get now, you get 1 coin and like $1,000. When you get to 65, I forget whether it's 2 coins and 5,000 or 3 coins and 5,000. Anyhow, you get a little bit more each time you rank then. But I'll tell you what, look forward to getting there, and then you'll know what it is. That's pretty cool, huh? Takes a long time to go from 54 to 65, believe me. A long time. Because you have to start earning more and more and more XP with each level or that you go up. And then once you get 65 with each rank, it gets harder and harder because it gets to the point where it takes over 1.5 million, I believe, in XP to go to the next rank. That's got to be a bass. I just hope it doesn't get off. It's behind me. Oh, there we go. Ah, it's too little. No, it isn't. It's bigger than the 0.53. Thank you. Do. I'm catching fish. I'm catching fish that count. That's all I care about right now. And you viewers, I know it doesn't look like this as much, but this lure, this little casting spoon, 1/3 ounce, number 1, silver, when the peak goes on the downhill side, that's when it starts catching the 1/7s, 1/7/4, 1/7/3. At least that's what happened this morning in Steam. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with this Windows 10. We'll find out. Because I'm here for the duration. Win, lose, or draw. That's one thing I learned a long, long time ago when I was growing up. Do not quit. Never quit. I used to run cross country. I wasn't any good at it. I didn't have the lungs in the air for it. Had the legs, didn't have the lungs in the air. And I always come in last. I mean, girls beat me. I always come in last. But you know what? I didn't really care. Because I was not going to give up. I don't care. It was not going to happen. Well, we moved from 93rd to 92nd. We got 11 pounds, which means we're like 5 pounds out. So I need to catch 5 1/7s or 1/6s. That'll put me right up in the mix with what I've got right now.
OMG. You just about gave me a heart attack when you moused over release.
Oh, I did it this morning. I did. I really did. I turned a 1.3 loose because for some reason they weren't from least to most. They were scattered. And I saw a 1.3 up there and I had a 1.4, so I released a 1.3. The next one I caught was 1.1 or something like that. And I looked and noticed that they were not in order. And then I realized that I'd kept a bass earlier and turned loose a 1.3 pike, which was pretty dumb. But at least I rectified the mistake. And I kept catching. You know, if I was trying to catch that bark, I couldn't. But anyhow, it all worked out. So now I'm a little more careful about what I look at. And one time, I forget what tournament I was fishing in, my son, it was a Thursday, and my he's 37-year-old now, or he will be the 22nd. Well, that's right, his birthday is 22nd. Anyhow, of this month, he'll be 37. And he come over on Thursday, and he brings me some stuff that he collected for me. And he was standing here talking to me, and I turned loose fish I should have kept.
Wife's 39 days on the 22nd.
Really? See, I'm lucky. My wife and I were married on the 22nd. My son's birthday's on the 22nd. My birthday's on the 26th of September. Her birthday is the
Said, really? And my 36th on the 29th.
wow. But my birthday's the 26th of September, and my wife's birthday's the 26th of November. So I only have really 2 days to remember. And then our 16-year-old, well, he's not 16 anymore. Wow, he's 24. But his birthday is November 16th. So there's only three days out of the month I can remember besides Valentine's and Christmas and that stuff. And that's, everybody will tell you when they're coming. So I got to remember the 22nd, 26th, and 16th. That's it. Then my two older sons, their birthdays are kind of strange. One's 52 years old. His birthday's on December 10th, which I don't know why. That just sticks in my mind. And then the next old one is 52, and his birthday is a week after mine on October 3rd, so that's easy to remember too. Now, my grandkids and great-grandkids, I don't have a clue. So I've got 5 grandkids and 0.7. That's bigger now. And let's see, 5 grandsons and 3, 4, 5, 6 great-grandkids. Grandchildren, I'm sorry. My youngest great-granddaughter, Danny, she's almost 3. Look at that. Look where that fish is. Look where that fish is. Yes. But you know what? The accident was a real blessing because I got to relive my youth through him. See, I love baseball. I love fishing. I love baseball. And I've told my wife I'm going to be cremated. And I want a tablespoon or a teaspoon of my ashes. See, I graduated from Central High School here in town, and it's just a few miles up the road. And they got a real nice ball field. And I want just a tablespoon or teaspoon of my ashes poured either around home plate or out on a pitcher's mound, just rubbed in the dirt. So I'll always be a part of that school and part of that sport. And then the rest of my ashes, I want to just throw them out in the Tennessee River or Chickamauga Lake. Because that way I'll be a part of that for forever. Because the part of me that really matters, my soul, I hope and I pray that when my time comes up, or done, or however you want to say it, that I am prayed up and paid up. That's what my granny used to say. Say, when your time comes, you need to be prayed up and paid up. So, I've also often said that, whoop, there you go. Okay. My dream job, if I was a gospel singing bass fisherman. Have to have some sponsors, big bass boat. Whoa, what was that? I heard a click. Wasn't me. Don't reckon. My fingers get so tired on the mouse. A little arthritis in them. Arthritis. Woohoo! 91st place. Only 5 pounds out of 5th. Come on back down. There you go. Thank you. Come on. There you go. Thank you. Just don't be a bass. Guess he didn't hear me. I'm not going to holler. Well, I catch them here too with this, but I've caught more bass than if I try to catch them on purpose. It wouldn't. I'd be catching pickerel. Maybe I need to try to catch bass. What do you think? That's another one. See what I mean? So if you ever want to come here and catch bass, here it is. That's okay.
Sometimes that's just how you do it, though.
Yeah. That lure's close to the bottom, not too deep of water. Come on, you long, skinny green fish. Now I got a question. Have I caught a grass pickerel yet, or are they all chain? I don't remember. I'm just looking at the weights. Oh, something grabbed it and took off with it again, didn't it? I didn't see it. Right, to give it a chance to take it.
Most of your trophies are grass, I believe.
I don't think I have any. Oh, there they are. There's grass. Trophy grass. Trophy grass. Trophy grass. Yeah. Yep. You be right. See, you know. I should have known you'd know. You know more about what I'm doing than I do.
Like all of them, only common chains here.
Yeah, that I knew. That part. And the common chains are bigger than the trophy grass. That's why I want to catch chains. The 1/7s gets them nice, pretty big chains. One 3, that'll get me in there. Thank you.
Said, helicopter fish.
When I tried this down in Quanchican on the, I didn't do any good on the steam, but when I tried it on the Wind 10, the first fish I caught, T, was a 7.428 or 458 or something like that, uni. And I looked down the list, and nobody else was half a pound. I thought, well, maybe I get a chance to catch a biggest fish, but that didn't last long.
I saw it. Was much bigger than my biggest.
That didn't last long, though. A couple of fish after that, I saw somebody at 7.49 or something like that. But see, I'd have give that to you if I could, because it wasn't going to do me a whole lot of good. What do we got here? 0.9, bigger than a 0.8. We're moving on up. Oh, catching more fish and moving down. I went from 91st to 94th and catching fish. That's not right. I got to catch them 1/7 this afternoon so I can at least hopefully finish in the top 100. Oops, and missed it. I was so close this morning.
MR Mako said,
One or two fish.
okay, I'm back. Had to take a phone call. Tarutsim said, top 20 DB. We have faith in you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I noticed that the Stepatronic is 16.9 here. It took 17.1 or 17.2 to be near the top on the steam. But that's there again. That's 600 people fishing.
Somebody not seen Oswald.
Yeah. So he qualified twice, which is cool. Getting 2 shots.
We was second last I checked. Blake was in first.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's what I looked. That's why I said congratulations, BP. And Patzer was down there too. Steps buddy. He's a nice guy too. He has a good clean stream. He doesn't stream as much as he used to. But I don't earn any points at Stepatronic's streams because you got to do push-ups and set-ups and run around the block and squat thrust and all that stuff. And he says, I'll be right back. And he goes and does one of his exercises, come back. But he's not going to do that as much anymore because he got that new baby girl. And he wakes her up. Mama be upset. And that little brother. His little boy's 3, I think, and he said he is jealous. Lord, he's jealous.
2401 said, hey, how's you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Poor guy. Last time I was in there, he had 80 push-ups, 40 sit-ups, and 40 squats to do LOL.
And he probably did them.
Said, that was over the weekend, I believe.
And he probably did it. He's pretty athletic. Or he just comes back. No, see, we don't see him do them. We just, when he comes back, he just goes. That's what I mean. I can act like I did it too. I'm just kidding. I believe he does. I believe he does. I enjoy his streams too. Come on. That ain't gonna get it. Getting smaller. Smaller. That's okay. There's still fish. I've already caught more. See, I was trying all kinds of lures in different places, and when Mizzou Fan Mike Gaming and I did a custom competition, we were down here fishing too, and we were using that acid green walker, fishing down below this and coming back the other way. Man, we were catching one right after another, pike and bass, and I told him, I said, mostly pike. I said, we got to, or pickerel. I said, we got to stop. We can't win. We can't win our own giveaway. Because it was one of those, each fish counted 1.6. Now I got to have bigger than 0.8. So we just quit, but we were catching them, man. And then somehow, one of the guys that got in the competition was using a rod stand and catching catching catfish. And I thought we had precluded when we set up the thing that you couldn't use rod stand, you had to use a float tackle or top water, whichever one. But somehow he started using a rod stand and won by a considerable margin. Z almost beat him, and she was fishing with float, and he was fishing with a rod stand, and she almost beat him. I think he pulled 2 out right towards the end of the time to win. But then it came out later that he was using a rod stand. And, what can I say? If he entered the competition, it didn't tell him not to use it. Ain't nothing I can say about it. But I did learn one thing. One of the guys that came in third, which is Frank the Man.
Said, I did that to Cody and Krask when I was LVL 17, but I didn't use a rod stand.
Well, he did. But anyhow, one of the guys that came in third was Frank the Man. He lives in England. So I told him, I said, third place, you get one of my hats if you want. And he said, yeah, I'd like that. Okay, so the hats cost me about $5 a piece. So I go to the post office. I put it in one of those flat envelopes, not the bubble type, but the manila flat. Mashed the hat down because they pop right back out. And took it to the post office. Had his address and everything on it. And they checked it up, and it cost me almost $25 to mail that hat to him. But I told him I would, so I did. So I told him that any more custom competitions that we give, and instead of mailing somebody a hat, I'd give them a gift card if they were overseas. But people in the States, if they want a hat, I gladly mail them to them. Z won one competition. She won a hat, and her dad liked it so much he took it away from her. So I mailed her another one. She's a sweet lady. She lives up there where it's almost as cold as yours, T. She lives in northern Maine, not far from the coast. And see, y'all, this thing will catch some pike. It'll catch some bass too, but it'll catch some pike. We just got to get them, or pickerel, if you want to say it that way. We just got to get them bigger, and they'll come bigger. We're at 120. It's about that time. About time for them to start getting bigger. Seems like the time is flying by a whole lot faster since I'm streaming than when I just fishing and talking to myself. Of course, I recorded it, and I got the recording up. There we 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. The only thing I don't have is I don't have any black licorice, so I can spit it on the lure. But you're right. It is more fun with an interact with chat. I like that. I really do. Y'all know I was vaccinated with a phonograph needle. But any of you new viewers that are here, please don't forget, Friday between 1 and 3 I'll be streaming, and I have a Tropic Hunter Pack DLC for Steam PC to give away. Doesn't cost anything to enter. If you are in the chat room between 1 and, I'll probably give out the secret word around 2 o'clock, and then we'll have the Nightbot draw around 2:30. But I'll tell you what the word is, and you type exclamation point and the word, And I don't do caps and all that stuff. It's just all lowercase. And you're in the drawing. 1.0 is bigger than 0.89. So come and join us if you'd like. Or if you need the Tropic Hunter pack, look under Premium and then look under Fishing packs. It's a good DLC. Got the good boat in it. The boat that I like it better than the big bass boats.
Friday is your son's and my wife's birthday.
I know.
We'll probably have a shorter stream.
So that you don't have a shorter stream. Yeah, you are correct. That's the 22nd, isn't it? 0.6.
Interrupts him. Said, no, I will probably have a shorter stream.
I understand. Well, tell your wife I said happy birthday. Preemptive. Happy birthday. I bought my son said he's going to build him a new computer. His name's Kelly, the 37-year-old, or will be 37 Friday. And so I bought him a new monitor, a 32-inch monitor for Christmas. Well, he built his system a couple of weeks ago, and I was just up there today when we were talking, and I saw that he had his system built up. He was telling me about it, what it was. And I saw the monitor there, and I said, well, man, I like your monitor. He said, I do too, Dad. Thank you very much. I said, well, it's a whole lot bigger than the one you had. He said, yeah. And not only that, it's the only one, 926, 924. It was the only one that I had that would work with my new video card, because the others are VGA. So he was planning on having 3 monitors with his new system, but the other 2, he's not a get a monitor and make it work guy. That's just not him. He'll go out and buy him another 32 or 34-inch monitor. Then the one that I give him, he'll mount it up on the wall as his primary, and then with the second monitor he'll put down there below him with his chat and everything. He plays a lot of games. I think you was a bass. You was a bass. He used to play, what is it called, Dead Before Dawn, and Redemption, whatever, I forget the name of that one. But he's playing something else now. Can't catch a fish if I'm reeling in junk. And in the bigger, nicer fish right here, where the junk is. Right now. Try it just a little further. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come to me. Come to me, please. I've only got 1.7 so far. 1.7, I mean. Need to go buy me some black licorice, don't I? So I'll have it on hand.
Interrupts him. Said, how did you lose 2 pounds?
How did I lose 2 pounds? Diet?
Interrupts him. Said, you were at 12.
I was? Well, there's a 1. I had a 1.6, didn't I? I don't know where it went. What it is, what I got's what I got. I don't know. It's a game. See, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to. Like I said, I just have fun. But this is a time when the 1.7s should start showing up again, if I'm lucky, or if I'm good, or if I'm good and lucky. Good and plenty, 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 good and plenty. I've already caught more than I caught, even counting the small ones, than I caught in Steam. I just can't add them together.
Oh, I see how.
How? Tell me how. Now, I didn't move, but it moved me.
Only 1.1 chain and bigger count. THRE grass 0.5 and bigger count.
Okay. So that 0.8 I got there it showed it as a trophy that it counted. Maybe it's a chain. I don't know.
Said, no, the two small chain you have don't count though.
Okay.
Replace two grass with chains.
Okay. So I cheated myself, in other words. That's what I get for not reading the rules again, isn't it? Bass. So what are the minimums on grass and the minimums on chain? I guess I can look, can I? Here we go.
Said, minimum for chain 1.1.
There it is.
Minimum on grass 0.5 pounds.
Okay. 1.1 chain. Okay. That's all I gotta remember. Thank you, sir. Again. And again and again. Because now anything I catch is going to be bigger than 1.1.
Said, so a 0.5 grass better than a 1.099 chain LOL.
There's the mathematician showing up in you again. I'm going to start on some of my streams in the future. I'm going to start reading that stuff out of that book of the useless knowledge.
Well, as they say, sometimes less is more.
Yes, 'tis true. 'Tis true. Come on. I like to catch bass like that. I think that's fun. Now don't get hung up in the weeds.
Said, haven't figured out the pair yet though.
Which are? Quip for quote, quip for quote. Well, time's running down. Come on now. Start waking up, biggies. Come on. We ain't got forever. We got 30 minutes. We got 25% of the time left. I need 75% more fish. That one ain't gonna get it. Another bass. A bass, a bass. Nope, a crappie. So the crappie are running. It's early. They're early this year. The weather's got them all messed up.
Said, it's not February yet, DB now.
That's right.
Crappies.
Yeah, they've been running here. I told everybody the other week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, there's a bridge up here on 58 Highway. It's a 4-lane road that goes over a little inlet creek that comes into Chickamauga Lake. There's another one. And at one time we went by there, and there must have been 12 or 14 cars parked there on both sides of the road where people were underneath the bridge fishing for crappie. So I know when the crappie are running because people are there. A lot of people are there. So they're running here. But within the last several days, there's been nobody there. 1 or 2 cars. So they quit running. That's just people there fishing to get away from mom or the kids or labor or whatever, just enjoy the day. I can't catch crappie, not on purpose. I catch them by accident, but I don't catch them on purpose. I always used to keep a rod and reel in the back seat of my car and a couple of lures or whatever, and I had this big old ugly heavy spinner, silver spinner, and I pulled off the road one day and threw it out in the lake, just piddling around, and hooked something. I thought, good Lord, I done hooked a tire. And I mean, it was working my drag just and bending my rod trying to bring it in. Had 20-pound line on, and I just knew I'd hooked a tire, and I thought, well, or a log. I said, well, at least I'll just bring it in, try to get out of the water where it won't hurt somebody's lower shaft on their motor. And I brought it in, and it was a crappie. That crappie must have weighed close to 3 pounds. Now, this is not fishing story. Must have weighed close to 3 pounds. It's a big old fat sucker. I gave it to my father-in-law. You'd have thought I gave him $1 million. He thought that was great. But I did. I thought I'd done hooked a tire or a log or somebody's underwater Christmas tree. Okay, that's a chain. That's no good because it's not 1.1. So that one's no good, and those two are no good. So I might as well get rid of them, hadn't I? 1.1 is the minimum, right? Okay, so we'll get rid of that one. We'll get rid of that one and let this one go. That's a shame. But thank you. I thought I was whooping in high cotton there. They did. I thought.
There's a trophy icon in your net beside the good ones.
Okay. There's another fish behind me. Well, I was going to look at it, forgot. Oh, I am so intelligent. I tell you, I scare myself. I just absolutely scare myself. Well, sports fans, it's not looking real good right now, is it? We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Come on, won't you? 1-0. No. Probably, knowing me. I'll look here in just a second. See, they've all got trophies. Okay, let me let this one go. Oops, I almost did keep. Let me look here. Nope, I let it go. Oop, gotta back up. Gotta back up. Back up. There we go. Now go left. There we go. Well, if I don't catch a couple of fish, it's going to be hard to stay in the top 100. I tell you, I know that. But all you can do is all you can do. Or all I can do is all I can do. Or something like that. I can't believe it did so good this morning, though. Not just holding my feet right, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Come on, big fish. Come on, big fish. Come on in here. Come to my net. Come to my net. Come to my net. Come to my net. I have been lucky though, T. Now, knock on wood. Not one fish has got off. And a lot of them have run just like you. A lot of times they just run right straight at me. But I have not had one get off yet. I've been lucky that way. And it seems like the bigger they are, the more they come running at you. They run straight at you. Like that. Or jump. Or they wind up behind me. Lord, Lord, Lord. Lord of me. Was you on here this morning, T, when I forget who it was asked me if where you stand counts or matters, I mean? And I tried to explain, yeah, I said, it's like if you are the center of a circle.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, they asked, because Step sent me 2 markers for where to stand. Or you sent me markers where to stand. And he sent the markers for the fish. And see, there we go. And they said, you mean it really matters where you stand? And I said, yeah. Think about it. If you are the center of a circle and you cast out a radius and it comes straight back. But if you move off the center of the circle and cast that same point, you come back at a different radian, different line of retrieve. And I don't know if they understood that or not. But you want to try to bring the lure through the same line of retrieve as where the fish are in the strike zone. So where you stand makes a difference. Practically. Or theoretically, I guess is a better way of saying it. Oh, in Jeopardy this evening, there were some real brain teasers questions. I have.
Interrupts him. Said, that's why in Qualifier, I always went to the same places, cause that's where I have the best fun.
Now that's a 1.5 chain. Now why is that 1.7?
Said, nice fish.
See,
Said, keep.
yeah, leave that 1 point. Keep. Back up to 11.
Interrupts him. Said, you only have 8 fish. Interrupts him.
Yeah, but the one didn't count, did it?
You have 9 fish now.
Oh, I let one go, though. Messed up again, didn't I? Yep, I did. That's okay. It'll all work out in the end. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Because I'm standing right next to the creek, so we don't need it to rise. What in the world are you doing, Lure?
Interrupts him. Said, don't let any go, unless the keep button isn't highlighted.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, I cheated myself out of a pound, didn't I? I sure did. 1.1 pounds, as a matter of fact. That's not going to work. See, you're making me think. I don't want to think. And burn out neurons. My synaptic core. In my medulla oblongata.
Interrupts him. Said, I'm sorry, it's almost like the 4-letter word sometimes. LOL.
Labor. Remember, it's almost like labor. Yeah. What we got? You see, I can keep that, but I don't want to keep it.
Said, I'm not pregnant though. LOL.
Boy, you could be a rich dude if you were. I want to tell you something.
Jeff 010101044 said, good night DB and everyone.
Good night, Jeff. Sleep well, buddy. Catch you next time. Good Lord willing. Good Lord willing. Now, that says keep, so I keep it. I'm back to 12. I'm back to 12. Hello, smiley face, smiley face. Welcome to my catastrophe. Well, it's not a catastrophe. Be sure and come to my stream Friday afternoon.
Welcome to the smiley face. Smiley face.
Yeah. Come to my stream Friday afternoon from 1 to 3. Whoa, don't just sink down there. I'm giving away a Tropic Hunter Pack DLC for Steam PC. It's not to be used. It won't work on Xbox or Windows 10. Just for PC. So I will give out the secret word probably around 2 o'clock.
Said, when it sinks like that DB, there's a fish pushing it down.
Oh, it might push it down a lot. But anyhow, I give the secret word around 2 o'clock, and then we have the drawing around 2:30. I let Nightbot do it. That way, there's no way I can eat. You see that fish run across the ground? That's hilarious. That is hilarious. But anyhow, it's a good DLC. Look at premium.
Underscore tags 27 said, unfortunately I'm on PS4, but you'll still come along if I got nothing on.
Oh, okay. Well, you're more than welcome. If nothing else, like I told T that I'd send him a gift, but he's trying to do on the Win 10. He's trying to do it with no premium and no DLCs, and just see, it's another account besides a Steam account. And he said he'd just give it away. But if you come and you enter the drawing and you win it, you can give it away. I've got no problem. It's yours. You can do whatever you want to with it. Now, Hammer won one the other day, and he didn't realize that it was for... what are you doing? He didn't realize it was for PC, and he plays on Xbox.
MR Mako said, about to level up again. This grind is so much fun, not sure how much I'll be saying that when I'm like level 52.
Or 54. But that's good. I'm glad you're having fun. I really am. But Hammer won and didn't realize it was for PC instead of Xbox. And he just gave it back to me for me to give it away. So on this past Monday, I had 3 DLCs to give away. 2 Winter Pike packs and that Tropic Hunter pack that he couldn't use. So... Now that says keep. Yeah. I thought you said I had 10. Now I got 10, I guess. Okay. Only need 3 pounds. But anyhow, I gave away 2 Winter Pike packs, which hopefully helps somebody with this tournament, and a Tropic Hunter pack. Oh yeah, I know. I don't sweat the thunder showers. That one's too little. See, now I know it doesn't. Now it's not has a key. So now I have 10. So I know now that no matter what I catch, it's going to tell me to. I got to release before I can keep. Duh. No duh. Are you...
Unless it's a 1.099 chain or smaller, LOL.
Are you trying...
What lake is
This
this?
is Mudwater. There's an echo in here. Mudwater. Yeah. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, dear Mrs. Peters. Are you laboring late tonight? Yes, I am, Mr. Peters. But please don't turn out the light.
Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 yes. Do. 0.7. Nope, release. Tells a man to turn the jukebox way down low and tell that friend there with you he'll have to go. Put your sweet lips A little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together, all alone. Oh yeah.
Terutsim said, I just noticed that when your net not full of pickerel, they are out of order, and when it's full
Yes.
of order.
Oh, maybe that's the problem earlier this morning. Because I just, like I said, I know I released fish that were larger than the one I was keeping because they were not in order. I just went to the top and released it and then kept the one because I saw a 0.9 and I went to the top, released it, and kept a, or a 1.3 was the top. Then I realized that after I did it, I said, now wait a minute, what's going on? So learn a little bit, pass it on. If nothing else, that'll help somebody in the future. Hopefully, if they're watching.
Said, and maybe you had smaller chains too.
Very possible. Very possible. But I know I released a 1.3 because I had a 1.4, and that's what was at the top. And then when I looked at it, there was 0.9s down below it. I thought, oh no, I done released the wrong thing. But then I started catching 1.7, so it didn't matter. And it's past time. It's past time for the big boppers. Come on, big boppers. They're not going to be as kind to me this evening. But it's because I caught so many little ones this morning. I wasn't running around all over like a chicken with my legs cut off. Do 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 do.
Said, just for giggles try to gold spoon.
Okay,
It is partly cloudy after all.
okay. Will do. Will do. Will do. Do 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 do. Oops, wrong speed. Up, quit. Do 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 do. Get a happy finger there. It's like when I'm typing, I have a happy A finger. I put A's in a lot of words, and I have to go back and correct. I have grammatically installed on my computer, and a lot of times it works, a lot of times it doesn't. But I didn't buy grammatically premium. I just got the free version, so I guess I can't complain too much, can I?
Said, I paused my sturgeon farming for the past hour or so. Just watching you is more fun at the moment.
No, just making fun of me is more fun. That's what it is. But that's okay. I got no problem with it. I can be a straight man for anybody.
Terutsim said, I would never.
You're more than welcome to. You really are. I was always the class clown. And which has turned out to really be a good thing because I've learned how to really hard knocks in life. I just learned to smile and go along with them.
Said, flying fish.
Yep. That was behind me too. Do you live close enough, T?
Armaka said, about halfway to leveling up again.
Cool. T, do you live close enough where you can do any fishing in Ontario or Lake Michigan? Isn't that where they're having those invasive, the flying fish? That the boat motors, they run up through there and they fly up through the air and hit people. And the game wardens are going through there with nets and stuff trying to catch them. They got
Terutsim,
tennis racket and stuff to knock them down out of the air.
I'm 10 hours west of northern Ontario.
Okay. Let's see, 10 hours. That's about 600 miles. As the crow flies. There's another one behind me. It went running across the dirt. Ah, that is funny. Oh, and it's a pickerel. It's a 1.2. Let's see. 1.2, 1.23. Nope. Let her go.
1,100 kilometers.
Oh no. A little over 600 miles. 680, I guess. That's my rough calculation. Because I think a click is 0.66 miles, isn't it? Or 0.60.
Marmaka said 683. You were right on the money, DBL.
Just a rough calculation, buddy. I used to have an intelligent noodle. I really did. But then I traded it in for a pretty smile.
I drive to my mom's every year. It's 3,700 kilometers away from here. Takes 32 hours to drive it.
Wow.
Marmaka said, I can't do math to save my life. Tarutsim said, we do it in a straight shot.
Wow.
Drive, she sleeps.
Wow.
Drives, I sleep.
Wow. Well, see, that'd be like people in New York driving to California. No, that's 3,000 miles. So that would be 4,800 kilometers. Still a long ways. I guess.
Cannonball run anyone.
My longest straight drive that I used to do in my truck was from Chattanooga to Syracuse, New York. I go all right straight north and get up into New York and then cut over. I forget what the interstate was to go over to Syracuse. That was 18 hours. But I drove that by myself. I just stopped and get me a couple of two liter, a couple of 1 liter Cokes, a couple of bags of tater chips, cool my tires, get back in the truck and go on. And if I needed to use the bathroom running down the road, I just pull off the side of the road, cool my tires, and get back in and go on. That's when I was in the scrap business. I didn't make any money sitting still. I made money going there, getting it done, and getting back home, getting it sold. I was on the road 6 days a week, which was a terrible. Now I've kicked myself in the tail for years. Because when I started doing that, Kelly, the 37-year-old, this Friday, was like 2 years old. And I missed about the first 6 years of his life. I was on the road. I'd be home 1 day a week. Because I was self-employed. I had to make the money. And it was terrible.
When I first moved out here, the wife and kids came a week before me. I brought the U-Haul solo, 2 18-hour days, stopped in Marathon, Ontario, August 1st. It was minus 10 Celsius overnight on Superior. I only slept 2 hours, then on the road again.
Well, when I was on the road like that,
Tarutsim said, it took them 5 days to make the drive. I made it in just over a day and a half.
yeah. But I got to used to sleeping in the cab of my truck. I had a 22-foot straight job with a lift gate on it. That's what I hauled all my computers in. And I got to used to sleeping in the cab of the truck. And if I got 3 hours, I was good. I was good for another 24. And it's taking a toll on my body.
Big fish.
Big bass. Wrong kind of fish. Wrong kind of fish. Well, we're getting close here. I guess if we can catch one more good one, just about it.
But big fish.
There you go.
Marmaka said, I was in the marching band in our school and we drove a bus down to Disneyland to play in Disney Springs. It was one of them coach buses, took like 17 hours, just a straight shot.
Those seats are a little more comfortable than the cab of a straight truck. And when you're as big and tall as I am, there ain't a whole lot of room to stretch out. And my coat curled up was my pillow. You do what you got to do.
Mr. Mako said, how tall are ya, DB?
6'2". 6'2", 315. But at that time, I was about 260, 265. I got to get one more cast. Come on, can I get one more? Nope.
6 feet 2 inches, 215 here. Smiley face.
Yeah, but you're 215. Now, I got a poochie belly. Okay, I ain't gonna reel this in. I'm gonna talk. But I ain't very.
I'm down 6 footage 255.
But I outweigh a lot of guys bigger than me. And they say, how can that be? And I say, because I keep telling y'all, muscle weighs more than baby fat. Well, I don't think I'm going to accomplish my goal this one.
I'm getting one. I haven't W-worded in almost a year.
Yeah. Labored. I remember you said you've been off over 10 months. Well, this is it. Are you streaming tea or just fishing?
Said, I can't spell labor without AU though.
Okay. Are you streaming tea?
Said, watching you LOL.
Yeah, but are you streaming?
Mako said, would ya like to come down to Blue Crab, sir?
In a minute. Let me figure out something else here.
Said, no, sir.
Okay.
Till tomorrow.
Okay. You want to look and see if there's anybody we can raid?
Said, good luck, DB.
Well, thank you very much. Are you streaming, Marksman? I'm looking for somebody to raid.
Said, Commander_Warlock.
Okay. Set it up. Let me get rid of here. Let me finish my stream and then I'll we'll send them on.
Mako said, Warlock is but he's 18 plus he's a good dude though.
Make sure I spelled it right. Nope, left off the E. I can't type a W.
Said, my stream 18 plus 2 Mako. It's to protect myself.
Raid, COMMANDER. Warlock. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you. Now, I say this towards the end of every stream, but I mean it with all my heart and body and soul. Thank you for spending your time with me, because time is one of the most valuable things that you possess. You cannot replace time. Once it's gone, once you've spent it or used it, it's gone. So thank you very much for spending your time with me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, new follower. I don't have
You're worth it though, DBL.
well, thank you very much, buddy. Let me close this out. Thank you, Plant Magist. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it very much. But thanks again for all your time. It's very, very valuable. I know it is. And the older you get, the more you realize how valuable time is. So thanks again. Remember, we will get through this together by the grace of God. And like we've already learned tonight, learn a little bit and pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. We realize that when your net gets full in a tournament, your fishing are random until your net gets full, and then they're put in descending order. But anyhow, God bless you and your family. Take care, be safe, be well. And I stream just about every morning except this Friday. Remember, from 1...
Marksman Gaming Channel. Said, you're a true gent.
I try to be. What I try to do is I try to treat people like I want to be treated. It's an easy thing to do. It really is. But this Friday from 1 to 3, we're going to have a Tropic Hunter pack DLC to give away for PC on Steam. It's not for PS4 or Xbox or Windows 10. It's only good for PC on Steam. So if you're interested, come and join. Doesn't cost anything to enter. You just have to put the secret word, type it in how I say, in the chat box, and you're entered. And then Nightbot rolls it, and it decides who wins. So if you look under Premium up here and go to Fishing Packs, right here is what I'm giving away. Tropic Hunter Pack. It's got, I think, the best boat in the game. It's not the fastest, but I think it's one of the best. The one thing it does not have is a trolling motor, which makes it sometimes a little harder to maneuver. But it's got a lot of good stuff in it. 7 days of premium account at
To run him. Said, from what I hear, it's the best sonar in the game.
it is. It's got 7 days of Bolivia. License, all you got to pay is travel. 7 days of premium there and 7 days pay pond pass. And the rod, it's got the La Casa Dora. Best rod in the game.
Have a good night.
Thank you, VP. But anyhow, that's what I'm giving away Friday. So if you're interested, come and join us.
Said, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe.
Yes, everyone. Thank you very much. And that's it. This is Double Talk 73, your fishing friend, saying, y'all come back now, you hear? And I'll catch you later. And I did that before I stopped the stream, T, so you'll be proud of me. So y'all enjoy his stream. Invalid username, COMMANDER_Warlock. Oh, there's a number. Isn't there a number after that, T? I think there's a number after that. Let me do a search here.
To run him. Said,
No. Oh, there's capital C
said,
and capital W.
Commander_Warlock.
Okay, capital COMMANDER shift underscore capital WARLOCK. Raid Commander Warlock. Okay, let's try it again. There you go. I guess I had to have the capital C, the capital W. Enjoy your raid with him, buddy, y'all, and give him a follow. Okay, he's a good guy. So I'll catch y'all next time. Thanks again. God bless you and good night.